Hey guys, my name's Caleb, and in this video we're going to be talking about FLOW, the Dapper Labs blockchain project, and is it a buy? Is it a sell? Are we moonshotting? I don't know, but right now it's definitely got a lot of attention for, actually, honestly, not really. It's, I'll kind of explain why in a minute, but I think it's a really solid project after I've looked into it, and I'll explain why. So right now, selling at about $18.22 with current circulating supply of almost 23 or a little over 23 million flow. And it's the only thing that kind of scares me, and I'll go into it a little bit more detail later in the video, is it's got max supply of 1.3 billion flow, and I'll kind of explain that in a minute. They go over it in really detail, but I first looked into it because I thought it was an NFT play, because I'm really bullish on NFTs, and I think there's going to be a big hype wave of NFTs. It's kind of already started right now, but after looking into it, I think they're a really solid project, and a lot of developers looked into the code and what they're trying to do here, and they're trying to achieve a lot more than just hyping up a NFT hype wave. So they're the originally they're the team that built CryptoKitties, the developers behind that, which has over like $40 million in economics already through the CryptoKitties, team. And then they kind of got frustrated with a lot of the problems they were having developing on the Ethereum blockchain. And they decided to, hey, why not just build our own? From a developer standpoint, we understand what we've been frustrated with developing on Ethereum, how it's expensive and a little bit slow. Even with Ethereum 2 rolling out, the sharding from a developer standpoint is kind of more complicated. So they wanted to, from the ground up, fully rebuild a blockchain that's easier for developers to develop games and apps and digital assets. So yes, it's an NFT play, but it's a little bit more than that, because it allows developers to build the next layer internet of games, apps, and digital assets. So if you look on here right now, it's getting a lot of attention because they have really big partners like NBA Top Shot, UFC. I think it's really cool, some of the NFTs. I kind of want to buy one. I'm not going to do it today, but I want to buy a little bit more into the NBA Top Shot, some of the cards, some of the UFC stuff, because I personally like to buy and sell things, cars, watches, and I think NFTs are going to be really, really cool. And the niche for buying and selling NFTs is so small right now that if you really do a lot of research and become an expert in the space, I think there's a lot of money to be made, kind of like a side hustle, just flipping NFTs. So anyway, yeah, they have a lot of big partners that a lot of people are excited about right now. Even Dr. Seuss, Ubisoft. It's going to be really, really big in the gaming industry because they have a lot of support from developers, because a lot of the developers from these teams have seen that, hey, someone's finally paying attention to us. They built something fully with us in mind so that we can build the products and the art that we want to build. So if you look into their project a little more, I would highly recommend diving into a lot of the white paper that they have here. But they kind of basically saw that, problems with sharding, as I was talking about earlier. The way they explain it is the flow multi-role architecture. Basically, the nodes, instead of the nodes all developing or verifying each and every transaction in every block, they said it would be kind of like having one person build an entire car from start to finish. And the way they do it this way is having nodes kind of doing it like a production assembly. Like, the first 4 stages, there's 4 stages. The first stage of the nodes does consensus nodes, verification nodes, execution nodes, and collection nodes. So from a developer standpoint, it makes it a lot easier for the blockchain to execute these transactions with a lot less work on the back end. It's really complicated, but I would recommend reading it. Like I said, they are really passionate about fully rebuilding it from the ground up. So yeah, I would definitely say it's in the beginning of the hype wave. If you look into this guy here, his name is, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Roham. He's the co-founder of Dapper Labs. And if you follow him on Twitter, I would highly recommend it, because He gives some interesting updates and talks about what they're doing and what the upcoming stuff is. But just to give you an idea, they have a video from December 17th, only has 3,200 views. And I watched the whole thing. It's really, really interesting. And you can tell that they're very passionate about it, and they have a lot of big partners to work with, but only 3,000 views for something that's this, this thought out and developer backed is insane to me. So I think it's really cool. Like I said earlier, the only problem I have from an investor standpoint, because if I want to buy something that's $18.20 that was just, back, I mean, the initial IPO sold for, I think, 38 cents. It was auctioned off at, is, like I said, the max supply of 1.3 billion, and we're only 2% of that right now. Well, I looked into that a little bit more, and they have a really transparent, paper here talking about how they're going to be releasing the circulating supply. And in my opinion, if you look into here, the people who first auctioned off, or see the auction, 25 million total, all this that got auctioned off, and the development team, they're all locked for the next 12 months. So this all happened in October 16th, 2020. So all that, all that flow is locked up for 12 months. And they're releasing a little bit through staking for the first 12 months. But on month 12, so in October 2021, there is, if you look at the total right here, total supply, it goes from, total circulating supply. It goes from 20 million, which we're about 23 million right now, up to 72 million through months 3 to 11, which is still fine. And then it jumps all the way up to 315 million in month 12. So from an investor standpoint, if I'm going to be investing in this right now, you got to ask the question, do I want to own this in October whenever the circulating supply is going to go from around 50 million somewhere to jump all the way to 315 million? I definitely personally don't want to be in it come October, but I think in the short term, it has a long way to grow. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wait personally for the hype to kind of die out, because once the hype dies out, the project and the fundamentals are still there, and it's an amazing team and amazing project that they have going. But just to give you an example, at 315 million circulating supply, even if it stayed at the price it was right now, let's do the math here. So 315 million times 18, what was it, 75 right now? That'd be 5.9, almost 6 billion total market cap for this. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not worth that come October. Who knows? The whole entire cryptocurrency space is blowing up. But I'd just be careful around October. It'd be something definitely to watch out for and keep an eye on. Just to give you an example, by the way, Zynga would be something. By the way, Zynga is one of their advisors or partners that it's helping them develop this. And Zynga is a game developer. Just to give you an example, their market cap right now is about 12 billion. So even with the token distribution of 350 million, if we have a $5.9 billion market cap for Flow, it's still, I mean, Zynga is a huge, game developer that's been established for a long time. But that just kind of puts it into perspective of where that would be. I'm not sure if it's worth a third of Zynga, even at the top of the wave. Who knows? We'll see. That's kind of my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think down below. Give this video a like if it helped you. It's something I'm still looking into myself, but as you can see, I'm very interested in following it. I'm definitely will be following this one for the next 12 months for sure. And I think it's exciting, the future that they have. I'm excited about the whole NFT flipping game. I think that'd be really cool. So comment down below. Are you going to be flipping NFTs? Are you going to be looking more into this? Let me know what you think. Thanks guys for watching this video. We'll see you next time.